City Girls up like a month.
Did
Had
you
a,
do that just to fuck with Diddy?
no, no, no. That was ahead of the thing with Daphne or whatever like that. But y'all, man, I ain't kissed in the mouth in 10 years, man. Somebody got to kiss her.
At this point, this is my cue to stay out these folks' business. This is Daphne. She is the baby mother of 50 Cent.
50 Cent has thrown a few insults your way recently. Called you a fruit boot biscuit, among other things. Have you talked to him about this, and why do you think he's throwing insults at you?
He loves me.
He loves you?
Y'all, there's a major detail we missed in Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy that shows how Diddy tried to take revenge on 50 Cent for exposing him by recruiting 50's baby mama, Daphne Joy, into those sessions. So do you know 50 Cent has had his petty foot on Diddy's neck for years, never missing out on an opportunity to clown him in front of the world. Now some people, like those who blindly worship any billionaire, they always claimed 50 was just jealous of Diddy's money and success. Well, turns out 50 was right all along, and he's been trying to sound the alarm about Diddy's depraved activities this whole time. And in revenge, Diddy did something truly diabolical, allegedly paying 50's ex, Daphne Joy, to take part in his freak-offs. This all came to light after producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed his explosive lawsuit against Diddy last month, going scorched earth and name-dropping like one-third of the entertainment industry. And among the people he named was Daphne Joy, who Lil Rod claims was paid a monthly fee to be Diddy's source. Y'all, this is beyond messy, so let's break it down.
It ain't one of those situations where how they have us in it, like they'll still go back to the baby mother and hang out with the baby mother and stuff like that. Nah, that's and that was not like a relationship then anyway. It was more like.
Now let me first give you some context on 50 Cent's long-standing feud with Diddy, because this has been going on for almost 2 decades. So apparently this all started in the early 2000s during that very messy feud between 50's G-Unit camp and former record executive and convicted criminal James Rosman, better known as Jimmy Henchman. The feud got pretty intense, and according to Tony Yayo, Jimmy orchestrated a plot on 50 and tried to take him out while 50 Cent was filming the music video for his 2007 single, I'll Still Kill with Akon. But someone was looking over 50 that day because Yayo said Jimmy Henchman and his crew backed out on the hit.
Henchman and the mix supposed to come through, and I guess they did, but we had God on that side, and they backed out on the hit, but we had straps too, and that really was really it.
Now fast forward to 2014, Jimmy Henchman was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years for ordering the of G-Unit associate Lel Fletcher. As for Diddy's alleged involvement in all this, well, he and Henchman go way back. And word on the street is that they orchestrated the first of Tupac in 1994 at Quad Recording Studios. Pac even rapped about it on Against All Odds, where he says, Puffy get bribed like a bee to hide the fact that he did some as he shouldn't have did. Basically, it was rumored that Jimmy Henchman was extorting Diddy, so of course, Diddy sided with Henchman when he was beefing with G-Unit. And from then on, 50 never really stopped throwing shots at Diddy. 50 and other G-Unit members also hinted more than once that Diddy may have been involved in both Tupac and Biggie on the track Hip Hop from his mixtape Hip Hop is Dead G-Unit Radio Part 22. 50 raps, who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get them, they going to all man. Puffy know who hit that man. He soft, he scared them boys from the west side, will break him off, dump on his so he run to Harlem, shake him off. And then later on in the track, 50 adds, I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons. Now speaking of Diddy's parties, he apparently tried to lure 50 Cent to hang out with him, and 50 talked about this many times over the years, claiming that Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Then Puff was like, first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga, we gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it. He's like, why don't we go shopping? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, I got the from him because I was like, this nigga, this nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And it goes on. But there's just a little fruit pile.
Now this story has turned into a meme, and people often use it to make gay jokes about Diddy, but there's actually a more sinister side to this. See, there's now a growing speculation that Diddy has been running some sort of Jeffrey Epstein-like blackmail ring in the hip-hop industry. Allegedly, when Diddy offered to take 50 shopping, he wasn't doing it because he was attracted to him or anything like that. Instead, rumor has it that he tried to get 50 to come to one of his parties so he could secretly film him with women who were not of age, and then use those recordings to blackmail him. Word on the street is that Diddy has a ton of tapes with rappers, Hollywood celebs, CEOs, and even politicians in compromising positions. And that's why for years, no one has dared to say anything negative about Diddy. Lil Rod actually claimed in his lawsuit that Diddy had cameras hidden all over his mansions, and even on his yacht and private jet. The lawsuit states, while living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants Lucian Charles, Gra, Ethiopia, Haptam, Mariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, as in the case with the homosexual tape of Stevie G that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs possessed compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Damn. Anyway, since Diddy couldn't lure 50 Cent to one of his house parties, he decided to go after women 50 dates, eventually zeroing in on the mother of 50's son, sire, Daphne Joy. 50 and Daphne dated briefly between 2011 and 2012, and on September 1st, 2012, Daphne gave birth to Sire. Now 50 always claimed he and Daphne were not serious. In fact, he said it was more of an arrangement than a relationship. But 50 still felt some type of way when Daphne sparked romance rumors with none other than Diddy. Diddy and Daphne were first linked in early 2021 when Diddy was still officially dating Young Miami. After photos surfaced of Daphne strolling with Diddy outside his Miami mansion, 50 hopped on IG to say, "Oh, that's your mommy over there with Puffy. Oh, remember what I told you the other day? These be crazy. Semum." But Daphne then clapped back at 50 and replied to his comment, saying, "Please stop doing this to me. I never bother you and I am an outstanding mother to our son. Can we please just focus on that, please?" But see, it was hard to not focus on Daphne's relationship with Diddy because she was the one constantly flaunting it on social media, like sharing videos from the VIP section at his shows and posting sneaky pics of Diddy at his house. For Diddy's 53rd birthday on November 5, 2022, Daphne posted this photo of her chilling with Diddy at his mansion and wrote, "Happy birthday to my favorite person." Now I know you're thinking, how can Diddy be anyone's favorite person? Well, it turns out Diddy was paying Daphne to say stuff like this. According to Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, the reason Daphne was hanging out with Diddy back when he was officially dating Keisha is because both of them were being paid to be Diddy's freak-off partners. The lawsuit states that Diddy's accountant, Robin Greenhill, would ensure the wiring of funds, transfer or cash payments to S workers, while Frankie Santella, Moy, Bayou Brendan Paul, and Christina Curam would also be responsible for ensuring payment to S workers in cash. Lil Rod then goes on to say that Young Miami Jade and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' S workers and received payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined defendants' ongoing criminal operation. Later on in the lawsuit, Lil Rod refers to Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Stevie J, and Jade as freak-off participants. Now, I don't think this is the main reason 50 has been trolling Diddy because 50 started that long before Daphne Joy came into the picture. Plus, 50 seemed more offended by Diddy asking to take him shopping than seeing Daphne hanging out with Diddy. Either way, the whole thing is disgusting, and we need to focus on real victims, not women like Young Miami and Daphne who willingly participated in Diddy's depravities for a bag. But if they did something illegal and covered up Diddy's crimes, well then, I hope they get what's coming to them. One fan said, "Those women are not going to say they're S workers. He's going to say that they were his girlfriends and he gave them a monthly allowance as his mistresses. Hopefully they reported the monetary gifts to the IRS. If they didn't, that would be used to force them to testify." And another one wrote, 50 probably doesn't want his 13-year-old son around that mess. Knowing all the other stories about young boys allowing daddy to have something to blackmail you for, as Daphne has been doing, is not being a protective mother. He probably owns her and has too much access and influence to 50's son for comfort. When they go down, 50 could get full custody. And since she hasn't been claiming his income, he was probably overpaying child support too. But let me know how you feel about Daphne being one of Diddy's workers, and what do you think is the main reason 50 is going so hard on Diddy? Drop your comments below, and don't miss out on this next video.